welcome back to Cliffieland. This is weekend country number 51 on our second attempt of cooking the food of every country in the world, and tonight we're up to the nation of Ecuador. Ecuador, located in the northwest of South America. It is bordered by Colombia and Peru. It has about 3 different cuisines within its borders, that of the Andes region, the Amazon region, and the Pacific coast, not to mention that of the Galapagos Islands way out there in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. We'll be focusing on the Pacific coast cuisine for tonight's dishes. But before we go any further, let's see how things went when we tried this last time. Well, 4 years ago on the Global Cooking Challenge was the first time that I was actually making dinner for company, and one of the very first times that I cooked on more than one night. That meant that I did a number of different dishes, and I can't cover them all here in one night. But for night 1, we made Ecuadorian ceviche, which is different than a Peruvian ceviche in that the style of cooking was a little bit different. Cooked in the citrus, rinsed, and then put in another marinade. It was a little bit soupy, super delicious. We served that with patacones, which were delicious, which are fried green plantains, and we served it with the canchitas, or corn nuts, which were really delicious, and you'll see a little bit about that later. For the second night, we made the same dishes we're doing tonight, and those came out really well, hence wanting to do them again. And the dishes are Pescado Encocado, which is a fish in a coconut sauce, Platanos Maduros con Queso, which is ripe plantains with cheese. We're serving that with rice made Ecuadorian style, and we're gonna try the Maiz Tostado, or toasted Cancha corn nuts, aka canchitas. We're gonna see if doing 4 dishes at once really works for me. Also, be sure to check out Leilita's Recipes. That is the best site on the internet for all you would ever want to know about Ecuadorian cuisine and Peruvian cuisine while we're at it. But first we have to find out what goes into the food, so let's take a look at the ingredients for tonight's 4 dishes. First, for the Pescado Encocado, or fish and coconut sauce, we'll need about 1 1/4 pounds of halibut or any other fresh fish, cut in medium-sized chunks, the juice of about 2 limes, the juice of 2 oranges, 4 garlic cloves crushed, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, or in this case achiote powder, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander seeds, 2 tablespoons of oil, 1 medium-sized onion, diced or sliced, we've diced ours, 2 red bell peppers, diced or sliced, we've sliced ours, 4 Roma tomatoes, peeled and chopped, a 14-ounce can of coconut milk, about half a teaspoon of cornstarch, which will be mixed in 2 tablespoons of water, 3 tablespoons of cilantro finely chopped, and optionally freshly shredded coconut and salt to taste. For the Ecuadorian-style rice, we'll need 1 cup of long-grain uncooked white rice, 1 tablespoon of oil, 1 tablespoon of minced or finely chopped onion, 1 cup of water, salt to taste, 1 minced garlic clove, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground achiote or anato. Then, for the Platanos Maduros frito con queso, or fried ripe plantains with cheese, we'll need 1 ripe plantain sliced on the bias, about 2 tablespoons of grated cheese, in this case we're using feta cheese for its saltiness, and oil for frying. Lastly, for our Maiz Tostado, we'll need 1 cup of dried South American tostado, cancha, or chulpe corn, 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil, and salt to taste. Well, that looks pretty good. Let's get cooking! In a bowl, place lime juice, orange juice, crushed garlic, ground cumin, paprika or achiote or anato powder, ground coriander, salt, mix to combine, add in the fish chunks, cover the fish well with the marinade, cover and refrigerate for at least 1 hour. Later, heat the oil in a large saucepan over medium heat. Add the onions, tomatoes, bell peppers, and cook over medium heat for 5 minutes. Add the coconut milk, mix well and let cook for 10 minutes. To thicken, mix the water with the cornstarch and add the mixture to the saucepan. Add in the fish chunks and the marinade, partially cover and let simmer for 20 to 25 minutes. Heat the oil in a saucepan over medium heat, add the minced onions, garlic, and achiote. Sauté until the onions are softened and translucent. Add the rice. Stir well until the rice has been coated in the oil. Add the water. Bring to a boil. Let the water reduce until it barely covers the rice. Cover with a lid. Reduce the temperature to low and cook for 20 to 25 minutes. Heat 2 tablespoons of oil in a skillet over medium heat. Add the corn kernels, partially cover the pan as they start to pop, shake and stir, drain on a paper towel lined plate. In a skillet or deep fryer, heat the oil to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Add the plantains. After 1 to 2 minutes, flip, drain on a paper towel lined plate. Make ramekin mounds of the rice, plate the plantains, dress with cheese, plate servings of the fish, dressed with cilantro and grated coconut. Wipe plates and serve. And how did all that turn out? Well, it's like this. When I did this last time, I was just blogging and taking pictures, and I had 2 different nights to do it, so things went spectacularly well. But this time I decided to give myself the pressure of doing 4 dishes, which required 4 burners, although you can only see 2 burners on the camera at a time, and I'm doing it for a live audience. What I mean to say is a couple of these things got away from me. My fault. First, the Cancha corn nuts. The ones that came out quite well. They were just as tasty as last time. However, I was so busy, I let the oil get too hot, I let them burn, so not good. Normally, really good. Go out and find that Cancha or chulpe corn, you'll thank yourself later, but I can't rate what I did, because it didn't make it to the plate. As for the rice, it was similar in preparation to the Dominican rice that we did last week, however with the addition of the garlic, onions, and achiote pepper. Unfortunately, since I was so busy doing everything else, it kinda undercooked and it was a little al dente. That's my fault. The recipe's good, I'm not so great. So I really can't rate that one either. Oops. Now for the good news. The Platanos Maduros con Queso came out really well. We have done the right fried plantains more times than I can count in the past few months. This time it came out really well. I got the oil just right. They weren't burnt, which was delicious. And the addition of the cheese gave it a little bit of a saltiness, which was a really nice surprise in addition. I'm gonna give the Platanos Maduros con Queso 4 out of 5 globes. A nice slight twist to a very basic thing. But the great news is that Pescado Encocado was out of this world. It was just as delicious as last time, even more so. The coconut milk was nice. It was given the thickness from the cornstarch. It had a nice balance with the vegetables, and the fish was cooked perfectly. I can't recommend this dish enough. That halibut was really expensive, but it was worth every penny. I'm gonna give the Pescado Encocado 5 out of 5 globes. Truly one of the best dishes. We're starting year 2 out right. So yay, Ecuador! Remember, if you'd like to see our streams live when they happen, be sure to follow us on Periscope and now Facebook Live. Like and subscribe to be advised when these videos are posted every Wednesday night. And if you have any thoughtful feelings or helpful suggestions about the food of Ecuador or any of our future nations, be sure to sound off in the comments. Remember, links to the original recipes can be found in the About section. Go to Leilita's Recipes for more. And tune in next time when we head back to Africa again for the food of Egypt, the one and only all-vegetarian dinner on the entire challenge. It's gonna be good. Thanks for watching and happy eating!